And with item 4, item 4, approval of minutes.
Make a motion to approve the minutes for June 28, 2022.
Second.
Okay, any comments or questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Item number 5, reports. Mr. Brewer.
Nothing at this time.
Thank you very much. Item 6, Dr. Bennett.
Yes, ma'am. The insurance committee, I was part of it, has recommended changes that will provide some aid to those employees and families significantly. That being the case, $250,000 we talked about earlier that would go out to those families, we're going to use that in the process to give them that aid. It'll make a significant difference. And there will be a slight increase for everybody in their insurance. I believe that's on the next board meeting for approval, but the committee did come out with that recommendation for the board. And the other thing I want to touch base with is school grades, district grades came out. Our district grade is a C. DeSoto High School was a C. Memorial was a C. The virtual school, DVA, was a C. West Elementary improved from last year. If we had graded West Elementary, they would have been an F. This year, they were a D, and I believe they missed being a C by 7 points. And we're looking at that to see if there's a way that we can take that state. I don't promise that we can. I don't promise there'll be any kind of change on that. But I thought that was a tremendous effort to go from being an F. They had been graded last year to that close to. And I commend Dan Duber and his staff and his teachers and families and students for that kind of work. No, that was West Elementary. Okay, not the T. Not T Elementary remained a D this year, but they put a tremendous amount of work in. I want to recognize Mr. Duber and the staff at Knox T. They went up 17 points in their third grade reading proficiency, and that was very impressive in terms of that improvement. Certainly not where we want to be, but we focused on the K1, 2 piece, and you're going to see that in those third grade results. DMS improved to within 16 points of a C. Last year they were a very low D, so they've shown significant improvement. All that being said, we're not pleased. We're not proud of where we're at. I am proud of the effort that was put forth to show that improvement in many of these cases. But we've got to make improvement as a district. We don't want to be happy with a C, and we certainly don't want to have schools that are D level. We owe it our community, but more importantly, we owe it to our students to make sure that every child's reading on grade level, especially even at third grade. That's going to continue to be our marker. Today, one thing I'm proud of is in guided literacy. We had 25 teachers taking professional development over at the Family Services Center. I think that speaks volumes. I think we've got great commitment from our educators, from our teachers, from our administrators. I'm extremely pleased with our administrative group that we're bringing back and that are new to the district next year. I think we've got stability at the principal position at all but one elementary school, and I think we're going to see positive movement. One of the things I don't want is Christopher Columbus syndrome in the district, and by that, every summer it shouldn't be. There's land. We've seen the New World. There should be pacing guides in place. There should be lesson plans in place. We're not reinventing the wheel every summer. Teachers should not struggle trying to learn to implement new pieces of curriculum. This year, there's a little bit of struggle because of standards changing with math, and I think we're ahead of the learning curve on that. That's my hope and my desire. August the 1st, we're going to have a PD that's tailored to our elementary teachers. It'll teach math, and our middle school, high school mathematics teachers. We're going to have a hefty stipend to attend that training because we've got to get out in front of this. It'll help us with best standards and the new textbooks that we've adopted. We don't have a chance. We cannot afford to be behind, and we don't really need to waste the time. It's too valuable. The time is, the time teachers put in grading papers and getting to know their students and just the things they do off the clock when they go to Little League baseball games, or they go to softball games, or go to football games and so forth. The personal interest they take in our students, we're going to try to reduce as much of the workload on as we can. And by that, Again, we don't want to try to reinvent the wheel every summer. We want to have a process that's in place. One of the things we'll continue on and for the public, our first board meeting of each month will be a data session from our principals, and it should be about 3-4 minutes tops. We're anticipating that all of our principals will present their data and really what we're doing with our school improvement plan, as well as how that's going to dovetail and work with our strategic plan. So everything is designed to show improvement within our student learning pieces. Next year, there won't be a grade in some aspect of it, but we're still excited. The progress monitoring is going to take place K through 12. So it's going to be a little bit different than it has been in the past. I think we're on the cusp of it, and I'm excited about that. I think when we went to CAT 2.0, if you look at the data, that was a steep a cliff that DeSoto County never recovered from. And we want to make sure we don't have any cliffs this year, but we're taking steps that are graduated, moving us forward. And I could not be more pleased with the things that I'm seeing out of curriculum under the leadership of Jake Reynolds, our new assistant superintendent. He's put the infrastructure in place that's going to give us lateral as well as vertical alignment throughout our district. And that's things that are just absolutely essential. You go to good districts, that's things they have. Again, it should not be Christopher Columbus decided land. You know, it should be, we're building on this, we're making tweaks because our teachers' time in the summer is so valuable. You know, one, they need to recharge their batteries. We don't need to be doing tons of reinventing the wheel. You know, it should be minor tweaks and moving forward. I'm excited as we move forward to this year. And I'm going to say this, I'm a Harry Truman type of a person. The buck stops with me. And the student learning piece, it's on my shoulders. I accept it. We're not making excuses. We're certainly not proud of it. And it's far too often, as I look back historically, I've seen D and C schools in DeSoto County, and I want to start seeing C and B schools, and then, you know, B and A schools. But we're moving in that direction. One school is a couple points from being a B. So I am excited moving forward, but I'm also of the mindset we're going to have to continue to do best practices and things that are going to move our district forward. Being in schools is going to be a must for our district level personnel. We can't be top down. We got to take our input from our principals and our teachers on what works and what doesn't work. And some things you just have to outlast the problem, if you know what I mean. You've got to be tenacious enough that you're going to get after it and make sure we get over the hump. And that's some of it. We just can't quit as we start moving forward. We're making some of those gains. My expectations for next year's third graders would be that they're going to read on proficiency at a level of about 45% or higher. That's what my expectation is. That's what we're driving for, because we want to really be over 50%. And another year or two, we want to be 70%. If you go back to our strategic plan, everything that we've done is designed around moving the student literacy mark. And I'll tell you what you'll find, I will guarantee you this. Those third graders, we have a group that means that 70% of them are proficient or above. You're going to see those grades as you go track them through high school. Everything's going to be better. Science is going to rise, mathematics will rise, civics, all the social studies, everything. Their 10th grade ELA will be better. You know, when you start at a deficit, it's hard to recover when you're that young. So we're going to have laser beam focus still on the K through 2 piece, but with seeing good positive results in our third grade on. That's all I have. Thank you.
Are you sure? That was fabulous. Thank you.
That was.
Fantastic. I completely agree in the K through 2 support. So good things. Thanks for all of that. Appreciate it.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Moving on to item number 7, public presentations. Mr. Woodrum, you have a paper up here, so come on up.
Sorry, this is my day in the pool. Dr. Bennett, thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to be here today. I want to kind of piggyback on something Dr. Bennett mentioned tonight in your exhibit tonight. The insurance draft that you have before you. If you've ever been to the doctor's office, you always look at the sign on the wall that has a whole bunch of smiley faces that go from the front face to the smiley face, and they ask you what your pain level is, right? And the last time I stood before this board, I can tell you that pain level was insanely high, because again, I'm only speaking for me and my family. I cannot speak for the other school districts employees and their family. But for those of us that are kind of relying on that insurance, it was ouch. It was ouch. It hurt. What we were looking at in the future. And so I want to come back to you tonight, and I want to commend Dr. Bennett and the staff and all the people that work on the insurance committee to take that pain level to something that I think we can manage, that I think is going to, that will be okay, that I'm not screaming bloody murder at. And so I wanted to make that public on the record that I am very thankful to Dr. Bennett and the team that made that happen, to get that insurance rate for families from something that astronomical to something that we can. But I will say this, and then I'll is I know that this is just a stopgap, and I know that next year and the year after, who knows? And so I want to encourage you as a board, and as an insurance team, please fight for us. I know that you are, and I just want to say that from the bottom of my heart. Please continue fighting for us to make sure that we're getting the best that we can. We all live in reality. I get that. But I just want to encourage you just to keep fighting for us. And I think that you will see a lot of your staff will turn around and fight for you and fight for this district even harder when we know that the leadership at the top is fighting for them. So that's my encouragement to you tonight. And I want to thank you for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you. And Mr. Woodrum, I can assure you that every person up here fights for
Yes, ma'am.
that. That's what we do. So,
Real quick, I do want to address one thing you said. I appreciate you recognizing me, but really the recognition needs to be to Mr. Vi, those folks on that actual insurance committee that hammer that out. And it's administrative team from the district office, and then it's the teachers, some of the folks from Barton Union that do that. And they, I thought they did a masterful job hammering that out. And Beth, I appreciate your involvement.
Yeah, it was a
With
team
that.
effort.
And Mr. Bynum, to the whole team.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it was a team effort.
And it was a team effort. That
sir.
wasn't Dr. Bennett waving a magic wand over it. And that was those folks putting some hours in and looking at numbers and trying to move it to what's best. And I promise you that group will always do their best. Come up with something that's going to be a good product and as affordable as they can for the employees and the family. Yes, sir.
is there anyone else in the public who wishes to address the board on an agenda item? All right, moving on, we'll go to item number 8, financial reports.
I'll make a motion to approve financial reports.
Second.
Motion by Ms. Chansey, seconded by Mr. Vi. Any other comments or questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Item number 9, routine business.
Motion to approve routine business.
I'll second the motion.
Motion by Mr. Vi, seconded by Ms. Chansey. Any other comments or questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Moving down to new business.
I'm going to need to pull item number 10.19,
Okay,
the Foundation Learning Services. That is my daughter's contract.
okay.
And so I will make a motion to approve new business with the exception of item number 10.19.
Second.
Okay, motion by Ms. Chansey to approve new business with the exception of 10.19, seconded by Mr. Vi. Any other comments or questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Item number 10.19 is pulled for a separate vote.
I will make a motion to approve 10.19.
Okay, and I will second that. Motion by Mr. Vi, seconded by me. I guess you don't have any questions. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. With a note on 10.19 that Ms. Chansey abstained. Mhm. And that brings us back down to item number 11. Dr. Bennett.
Nothing at this time, Madam Chair.
All right, thank you, sir. Number 12, public presentations. Is there anyone in the public who wishes to address the board on a non-agended potential future item? Okay. Seeing none, we will move to board member comments. Mr. Vi?
I just want to thank Beth for, I tell you, Beth was instrumental in us pulling together this insurance situation. And she worked hard. So thank you, Beth. You made it easy for the rest of us. And yeah, we really appreciate you a lot.
Yes, thank you.
No, I just like to thank Beth for the presentation, the budget
That too.
presentation. Well did. Yeah, thank you very much. And that's all I had.
And my only comment is one that, just to echo what Dr. Bennett said earlier about our school grades, and you work all year long for that final culmination of grades and effort to just be recognized by those in the state, powers that be, whatever. And everybody showed growth, so that's a plus. Lots of upward movement, and that's a trend line that we certainly do expect to see. So. All right. And with that, we will adjourn the meeting. It is 5:48 p.m. Thank you, everyone, for, I should take a motion to adjourn. Would you like to? Yeah, I guess.
Make a motion
Okay,
to.
thank you.
Second.
Motion second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, 5:48. Thank you.